we have started the process of land preparation. So I would have done the clearing and now I'm doing the tilling. So I'm making some banks, or some persons refer to them as bed. So I'm in the process of making them. I'm using a garden hoe. Area was previously plowed, so it's not so tough. So for this I'm going to do about 2 to 2.5 rows. 2 to 2.5 rows. That have been good. These hybrid varieties of sweet potato, they tend to produce year round. So even though our main growing season, which is from August to February, when the days become a little shorter, again, when you're doing these land prep on a small scale, it is laborious, very laborious. Careful as I go. Soon as I'm through, I'll start preparing some planting material. We refer to them as cuttings, that are propagated vegetatively. People tend to refer to them as slips. So as you go, I would have been cleaning off the hoe as I go along. If you look carefully, you will see some card too. Because even though it's a small scale, my operation is very technical. So you'd see the cord about 90 centimeters apart, equivalent to about 3 feet. So I will make these beds, they look narrow at this point. So on this side of the cord, I'm going to do some molding up. So when I'm through with the main, I'm going to do some molding up from this side. So you see it has it would have a little more width. When I'm through, I'll do some molding up. It's just to get it in a nice order. So let me continue the process. Land prep, very hard. And it can be very downhearted or demotivated when you put in so much work and pray their largeness come into your crop or into your garden. Take what they want, and they tend to take the best and have them sold to people, and they tend to sell them cheaper. Again, these persons are just as bad. Things are selling super cheap. It must have been from illegal sources. Yeah, I'm doing some digging. Tell you it's starring. So as I dig, I rest a little, get some water so I get rehydrated. So I'm going to do these rows. Then I may do half of another row. Sun is getting really hot. At this point I may need to put something on my head. Prevent sunstroke. As we go, we have to ensure that our operation is well done. Let me get this up to the midway point. This is tillage. People call it forking or digging, plowing, depending on what you use to do this operation. Right? If the sun is getting real hot, I may only do 2 rows. Then I can make arrangement to plant. Very tedious. Good thing you will realize that they are in some nice rows. When I mold them up, they look even a little higher. And I will mold them, put on my irrigation system, and then I'll show you how I select my planting material. And I'm going to select the planting material today. So you will see, I have a wide variety of sweet potato plants. So I will select wide. Part of the reason to why I'm doing this, I will have planting material when the main planting season begins, say in August. So it depends on the variety, it depends on the location, it depends upon crop care. But potato normally take about 3 months. Gone are the days when potato used to take 5-6 months. Those are old cultivars. So at this point, I am going to continue to do these at least 2 rows. And then I will do the molding. So you'll see the finish. So if you want to go into that small scale planting, and sweet potato are very healthy. They are the best carbohydrate, they say. Slow releasing sugar and fast releasing sugar. Especially persons suffering from diabetes or other related ailments. Whether type 2 diabetes or type 1, again the carbohydrate will be an issue. Here I am going to start the process of cutting up the potato slipper, the planting material. Out in the field I have my seed. Normally they say the tip cutting would have been the best. Maybe about 30 centimeters or so long. But because the times are a little bit dry, I'm going to make it a little longer. So I normally cut it, and this is how I normally do it. But I still use the other areas. But the tip would have been the best. So after selecting that piece, which is a little over 30 centimeters, maybe about 35, I not take off the lower leaves, lower 2 leaves, and I normally separate my planting material. The tips by themselves, they would have been the prime planting material, like the prime cut, beef or others. So I'm going to cut again. This is a tip. Take off the 2 bottom ones, put them one place. The other planting materials, I get them by themselves. Take off the lower 2 leaves. So from the area prepare, I should get 30 and 30, 60, about 75 pieces of slip to plant, as I would have 2.5 rows. You would have seen the preparation. You know what you are doing, you can do it really fast, even though haste makes waste. So you get prime material, and I have about 3 different varieties here. variety, this variety, it is purple on the purple on the outside, and then the inner part is orange, deep orange. It matures really fast. Only drawback is that once you start harvesting, the material dies down rapidly. That's the only drawback that I have with that system. Here's another variety, a high yielding variety, but it prefers the short day. Variety prefers the short day. And what happened, many of the varieties we are not even so sure of the names, because once farmers get them, they put their own name to these varieties based on how they produce, how they look and how they produce. Hence the term yellow belly, orange belly, and so on. I remember when we have one of the main varieties, the 049. Nowadays, very few persons know it as 049. They refer to it as flag all, because it produces better than all the other varieties around. So farmers call it flag all. There's also one that farmers refer to as million, quarter million, based on the amount of money they make from the sale of. I was saying I have about 3 varieties, but it seems like it's about 4 varieties. Again, I will have planting material for the next season. And again, it's good that when you select planting material, you select the best. Inferior planting material yield poor quality crop. This is a white variety. White variety matures really quick, about 3 months. But the shape of the tuber is elongated. And it's white. Many farmers are not comfortable with the white one. And farmer psyche is very important. And even the consumer, because I remembered quite clearly when nobody wanted the red skin potato. If it wasn't white skin, they wouldn't have purchased it. But things have changed. Things have changed, and once the older variety dies out, then farmers will have to plant what is available, and likewise the housewives will buy what is available for sale. And over time things change, and then if you have the white ones on the market, nobody would want those to buy unless the skin is red. And it changes to yellow until farmers don't even want the yellow ones again. They want the ones that have that deep orange look. So this is how I will continue this activity until all of the slip would have been completed. Alright? That would have been that activity.